My gangland career was flourishing, having earned my spurs through armed robbery, and boosted by positive reports from my assessors. It was now deemed safe to trust me with bigger jobs. My world was gravitating towards London, the city that's lured ambitious young people for hundreds of years. It doesn't matter whether you're keen to make your mark in business, finance, technology, the media, or crime. London was the place to be seen. I was sent to score drugs from Baron, an associate at a London train station, who informed me the station was a drugs HQ. All I saw was a regular station. There was a lot of buzz and commotion for sure, commuters queuing at the ticket office, checking departure screens, racing for late appointments, but I couldn't see any of the symbols of a conventional head office. My frowns betrayed my confusion, and so Baron indulged me with further details. "That guy," he said, pointing to an elderly porter pushing a luggage cart. "He's my operations director. He controls the routes into and out of London for drugs. And him, the security guard, he's on my payroll too. If there are sniffer dogs around, it's his responsibility to get word out." There were dozens more inconspicuous people who all had a part to play in this intricate operation. I was still reeling from Baron's revelations when Big Hamish decided it was time I met Kenny, who, according to Big Hamish, would provide a healthy stream of high-paying jobs once I'd gained his confidence. "He knows banknotes like you wouldn't believe," Hamish said. "They could put him in charge of the Bank of England's printing presses, except he wouldn't wear the pay cut. He's got a team of counterfeiters churning out notes, usually for overseas customers, and the likeness is remarkable, even down to the metallic thread. His speciality is 50s, where it's more worthwhile going the extra mile than with other denominations. Apparently their lab has incredible technology. But unless you have the skill they need, holograms for instance, you'll never see it firsthand. I've known Kenny for 4 years, and I don't know where his lab is located, not even which part of the country. Strictly need to know." This was another world for me. What had I fallen into? I'd been hearing rumours about Kenny for weeks. I doubted it was his real name. Outwardly, he was a respected businessman who moved in high society circles and whose clientele almost exclusively comprised members of the elite, government ministers, judges, media moguls, chief executives, fashion gurus. The first time I met Kenny in a bar frequented by city bankers, he used charm. He shook my hand, offered me a drink, introduced me to his associates, and then whipped out a wad of cash, a very large wad. "I seem to have £50,000 too much," he said. "A nice problem to have," I commented. "What I mean is, I'm sitting on an unforeseen windfall because we overproduced for a client in South America. The money's no use to me sitting in a vault, so I might as well turn it into productive uses." "What would you like me to do?" "Clean it for me." "All of it? Every last note? And I got 'em all ready for you." Before I'd had a chance to ask any further questions, let alone consent to the deal, he thrust a large envelope into my hands. I didn't need an overactive imagination to figure out the nature of the contents. I was trying to figure out how to diplomatically phrase the question, "What's in it for me?" When sensing I was slightly standoffish, he put me out of my misery. $3,000 clear for your troubles," he announced. "No quibbles, no arguments. Get the job done and you'll be looked after. You have my word. You've proven you can scare and steal. Now let's see how you get on with something that demands a little more patience and brainpower." I didn't want to disappoint, and as we left, Big Hamish sensed my excitement. "You could do this easy, Len. You the man," he said encouragingly. He was barely at the door before I pulled out a sample note for visual inspection. To the untrained eye, the likeness was uncanny. The olive green colouring, the windowed thread, the images of the Queen and Sir Christopher Wren. If not for Big Hamish's briefing, I could have sworn I was handling the genuine article. It was a fascinating project. Offload 1,000 of these notes, and I'd have demonstrated that I had the ability and intelligence that I could think tactically as well as terrorise thuggishly. Intriguingly, switching dirty money into legitimate coin of the realm is far more complex than one might assume,